Hi all. So today in this video we'll be covering about a new topic. It's about how we can select an element from an autocomplete dropdown or auto suggestion dropdown. So you might have seen this kind of dropdown in your application. So what I'm saying, you can get it here. So this is the application we have demoqa.com/automation practice form. And here, if you come to this page, here you can see a subject field, right? So as soon as you type E, you can see some suggestions are coming. So basically, this is called a auto suggestion dropdown because this dropdown will not be displayed until and unless you are entering something in this field. So I mean, this this is the type of dropdown, right? Now, let's say I'm typing like E for English, and then I can select like P for physics, right? And then we can select, let's say, C for chemistry. So these three field I want to select through Playwright automation. So how we can do it? So now, okay, let's do that. So let me close it. Okay, before that, I want to show you one thing. You can see like as soon as I'm typing here E, this displays are coming, like these options are coming. Now if I try to inspect this option, you see like this is gone. This is not there right now. So it's very difficult to inspect. You can see you can inspect this input field, but as soon as you're trying to inspect this one, this is not there, right? So you have to stop this. I mean, if you press E, then this should be there. I mean, this should not go away, right? So for that, we already know like what we have to do. You have to go to the sources tab. You have to click on this pause, or you can need to press F8 button from your keyboard, right? But the problem is like here in this application, I'm not sure why, but F8 is not working. So you can see I'm pressing right now F8. Okay, so function F8 I'm pressing. You can see nothing is happening. It's not okay. Went right. That's good. I don't know why sometimes it is not working. So this is good. Let me pause it and let me press E, and now press let me press F8. Okay, you can see one thing like it's no, that's what I'm saying. Like I'm pressing E right now. I'm trying to press F8. You see, it didn't work. I mean, it's not working like that. So the another options we have, that is like in the console tab, we can paste that code and then we can try to inspect. Okay, so let's do that. So let me copy this from here and let me paste it here. And now I'm typing E. Now you can see it will go to this paused in debugger mode, right? Okay, so now I can easily inspect it. So you can see I just inspected this English keyword, right? Okay, now there is two options we can try. Like I think one options we already seen, or I mean in some video we have already tried both options probably, but you can still learn it once again. So one option is like we can create a generic Xpath where we'll be passing these values: English, chemistry, computer science, commerce, or whatever value you have that you can select pass directly, and it will automatically um, give you this locator, correct locator. Okay, another options is you have to first uh, get create a I mean kind of find elements way. That is why that is like create a locator which is holding multiple locators. Okay, so something like driver.find elements in Selenium. So that you can try, and then you have to iterate over it. And let's say if the condition is matching, let's say you want to pass chemistry, then it will select chemistry. So let's try that. I think the second options I'm going to try first, and the first option you can try by your own, or I can show you as well that in this video. Let's see what how lengthy it's getting. So let me first create the locator. Okay, so as you can see, if I hover over this div tag, it is highlighting all these options, right? and under this there is this div options, and then is another div that is for chemistry. So this is the child options, I mean child tag. So this is the parent one, right? So uh, let me take this subject autocomplete, or this is a class actually. So let's take this class name subject autocomplete menu list, and write div slash hashtag this one. Okay, so it is not highlighting anything. Okay, let's do one thing. Let's go step by step. So first we have to launch this web URL, right? And then you have to press this E. Then you will get this option, right? So go step by step. So I have already created one file that is for test auto suggestion. Okay, and let me remove it. So this is the URL we are navigating. After that, what we'll be doing first, let's inspect this. So you can see this is the input tag is there. So uh, here is the input tag. So you can see here. Okay, okay. So this is the input tag, and I can see subject input and hashtag subject input. Okay, so it is highlighting one element. I'm taking it and I'm writing subject input equals to page dot locator, and then what I have to do. So this is the locator we have created. Now we have to do subject dot subject input dot what method you will be using, fill method, right? So I am entering E first. So I entered E. Now the drop down would be coming, right? So now let's do that thing. So let's come here and let's give the select tag, and now I press E. So it should go in the pause mode. Now I can select it. So this is the menu. Okay, so let me take it. Okay, so you can see this is highlighting this element. We got it, right? So this is a parent tag. And now if I give a space and write div, you can see it's giving you the six options, the six auto suggestion that it's coming. Okay, and now what I can try, I can take it. So this is actually a multi element. Okay, so you can it's multiple elements, so or elements we can say. So the way we there is no find elements method. Okay, so what you have to do, you have to use the same strategy, page dot locator, and here you have to give this CSS. Okay, now you can give like this is auto suggestions. So this is my auto suggestion because this is returning six elements, not one element. So you cannot directly use it to click something. Okay, so what we have to do first, so what is our target? Our target is to click on this English. Okay, first I have to click on the English, then again we will type something. From that we'll be clicking on, let's say, physics, something like that. Whatever options you can choose, that's you can choose, right? So here let's do that. How we can do it, right? So this is auto suggestions. Now what we have to do, So basically, what would be the logic for this? So we got these six elements, right? And now Playwright, I mean, this is not a iterable thing, right? This is not a list. I mean, this thing is not returning. This is not a list of element that we can do something like this for suggestion uh, in auto suggestion, something like that. And then something called like if this suggestion uh, dot inner text equals to that whatever options you want to select. Let's say you want to select English, so you type English, right? So this we cannot do it because this auto suggestion is not a list or a set. Okay, it is not iterable. So if you try to run it, it will throw you error like saying like this auto suggestion is not iterable. So what other thing we can try? So basically Playwright is giving another options to do that. So for that we have to use index first. So let's create index of 0, and now we have to create a while loop. So until this while loop would be executed until this index is less than autosuggestions dot count. So this count method will return the number of elements it is having. So basically there are six elements, right? So it will return six elements. I mean, it will return six. So basically it's similar like a size of a list. And now what I want to do, so basically I want to perform something here. So I mean, so first index equals to 0, so 0 less than 6, so this is true, so it will go inside this while loop. And first element, that is called how we can get this element one by one. So we have to use these auto suggestions dot init. Okay, so here you have to select init, and then you have to pass this index, and then you have to click dot inner text equals to the name of this option. Okay, so this is the condition. So we have to give a if statement here. So if this text equals to inner text, then so if this text equals to this English, okay, then what you want to do, want to click on it. So simple auto suggestion index. So this is the element, right? This is the first element because now index equals to 0. So auto suggestions dot init of 0 will give us the first element, and here we can click on it, right? Okay, next what we want to do, we want to let's try this. I mean, let's first run it. Let's see whether it's working or not. So how we can run it? Very simple, pytest -s, and then we have to give this headed to, because we want to execute in the non-headless mode, and then we have to give the file name. So basics called test auto suggestion, test select auto suggestion.py, right? And let's execute it. So it collected one items. So we can see one passed, and it was very fast. I don't know whether we could see it or not. So what I will do, I will give a pause here. So page dot wait for timeout of 400, sorry, 4000 milliseconds. That's equals to 4 second. And let's run it once again. So you can see English is selected now. So let it close after 4 seconds. Yeah, it closed. Okay, now what we want to do, we want to select another option, that is physics, right? So what we can do, we can copy paste it, right? But which is not a good way. For that, we'll be creating a separate method. Don't worry. So index equals to 0 again, while index less than autosuggestion dot count, autosuggestions dot init of index 0. And here, what you have to do one thing. Uh, we need to index plus plus as well. Okay, index plus equals to 1. This is also required to do, right? Because index should be incremented. So it should be here. Otherwise, this would be like, I mean, this doesn't make any sense. Like while loop is not working because you have to increment this index, then only it will be false. Because first iteration it would be 0, second iteration it would be 1, third iteration it would be 2, and the fourth iteration it would be index should be 3. And as soon as it reaches to 5, so all, I mean, all this iteration is done, and then it would go 6. So 0 to 5 is 6 element. After that it will, after, sorry, 0 to 5, that means 6 element is down cover, and then it would go to I mean, it would this condition would be false, and it would break the while loop, right? So we'll perform some negative scenario as well, like we'll pass some wrong value here. So let's say I'm passing some wrong value here, that we can also try what is happening. So basically in that case it would not click here because it will not get any element, right? Okay, now so here what we can do, this is English one, and here we are selecting index equals to plus 1. Okay, so here we want to select physics. Okay, and we have to do one more thing. We have to pass this thing here as well. So subject input dot field, and then we have to pass here, uh, what we have to do, we have to pass p, right? And let's give this weight as well here before this. Okay, sorry, I placed it in wrong place, so it should be here. Oh no, it should be here. Okay, so what we have done just now, so just ignore this part. So this is index equals to 0 again, and we are filling with p, so we are entering here p now. Okay, now so these two options coming, and now we want to select physics, right? And that we have done here, and it should wait, and you can see like whether physics is getting selected or not. So let's run it. The website is launching, so you can see English is selected, and then you can see physics got selected as well, right? So you could not see the drop down properly because it's very quick, so we can try that as well. So we can give a timeout, where we can give a timeout, um, so after this fill, right? So here we can give a timeout, so let's give a timeout of 1 second, one second, right? And here as well, 1 second timeout, and let's run it. So you can see the drop down gets displayed, and also now it would enter p, and you can see the drop downs are coming, so it selected physics, right? So let's create a generic method for that because it's quite, I mean, it looks really nasty and it's not recommended like this. I mean, you should not create a automation script like this. So basically we can uh, reduce the line of code. So basically what we can try here, uh, okay, so select, let a method select auto suggestion, select subject, that's it. Select subject and pass the subject name. So first we have selected English, right? And select English. And what you can try, I mean, in that also we need to pass two elements. One is the search text, another is the English, right? So directly you can pass English as well, but that's okay. For now we can give another two parameter here. So basically here we are passing the search phase. So first we have type E and then we'll be selecting English. Okay, so let me create a function. So it created here, and let's give this is a search phase, search phrase, and here the subject, right? And let's copy it here as well. Or what you can try, I mean, why we are giving this search phase here, because that would be handled by this one, right? So we do not need that as well. So basically we just need this subject English and just copy it and putting it here. So now we need this one as well, so auto suggestions, right? So that we can pass as well. So here we can do one thing. Basically here we can pass the page, right? And here from here page we are passing, and this locator will be creating there as only, so auto suggestions locator. So basically let me copy it and let me put it here, page dot locator, and here we are creating this locator. Okay, so now here it would be subject, and we do not need this, right? We have just one parameter and two parameter, page and subject. Okay, so let me comment this part, and let's give 2 seconds delay now. And also here after this we'll be selecting physics, right? Physics. And let's remove this as well. And before selecting select this subject, we have to again enter this one, right? So subject input dot fill, here we need to enter it. One second. So first we are we are giving this input E, then we are selecting English, right? After that we are waiting for 2 seconds, and then we are selecting physics. So before selecting physics we have to input it here, right? And after that we want to wait for 1 second. and finally we'll be waiting for 2 seconds after selecting physics. So let's run it. Let's see whether our, so this is how we are refactoring our code, right? So you can see we have reduced this line of, these are the comments, right? We'll be removing it after execution is completed. So basically we have just reduced the number of lines, the lines of, I mean number of lines of code, and also it looks much more concise because we have a like meaningful method name where we can understand like which subject we are choosing, right? Now let's run it. Now you can see English got selected and then it's clicked on E, but the problem is like you can see like it didn't select anything because physics is not there when we enter E. So we have to give P or anything which is matching with physics. Okay, so let's run it. Okay, so you can see the test passed and it correctly selected all these options like physics and English. And now let me remove this comment because it is not required now. And let me remove here. So now you can see it is much more concise, and we also can remove this page.timeout because this is just taking time. Because, I mean, this is just for the demonstration purpose, so we can just remove it. Okay, so now we can see how concise it is because this method also have a different file because this will not be here. We can create another module and in that module we can place it. So this test auto suggestion method would be just having these 6 lines of code. Right. Now let's say you want to select another option. So let's do that. So let's see what we want to select. We want to, let's say, select again press E, and we want to select this commerce or economics. Okay, let's select commerce, COMMERC, right? So let's press E, and you can just copy this, and this is how we are reusing our methods, right? So here select commerce, right? So let's see commerce, and now let's run it. So this time it would select 3 elements: English, physics, and commerce. So let's see that whether it's working or not. You can see very fast. It is very fast, and it selected all the 3 options. So we can try slow motion as well. So to correctly see it properly, I mean we can, I mean so that we can see it properly. So let's give a slow motion of 1 second. So after each action, it would wait for 1 second so that we can properly see it. You can see first it is selected English, then it selected physics, and now it is selecting chemistry. No, commerce. Right. Okay, so we can see this is how we can create a generic method as well for selecting some locator. And also you can try one more options, that is like creating a Xpath, dynamic Xpath. Okay, so let me try that as well. It would be a bit lengthy, but I hope you would enjoy. So let me select a dynamic Xpath here. Okay, So let me do it once again, and let's press E. Now it should get paused, and now, so now we can hit this one. So you can see it highlighting 6 elements, right? Now what we need, we have to just create a dynamic XPath now. So for that, what we can try, we can do div tag and slash double slash at the rate class equals to. So let's inspect it once again, and this is our class, right? Okay, or what we can try, mm, star. mm, okay, so now we can select this class options, right? Because it was not selecting because it is having multiple classes, so we have to use this contents method, and this is how we can select I mean, now it is matching one node, right? Now what you have to do, you have to give another tag double slash, so div. So now you can see it's selecting these 6 element one by one, right? Okay, and now again you have to give text equals to English. So now it's selecting this element. So now we can create a very easily. You can select create a dynamic locator. So def select subject, select subject, uh, and this is like another way. So let me give it two. So second option. So another approach. So here we have to pass page again and the subject name, right? And here our dynamic locator would be so return return this one, right? And let's give if, so that I'm making it if just formatting it, nothing else. So this is f string format. So I'm passing subject. No, yep. So you can see we so this will created. I mean this is the dynamic XPath where we are passing subject from this method, and it would create on the it would create the XPath on the fly. So if you select English, it would create XPath with English, and it would select English because it is returning the English XPath. And if you select chemistry, then for that it would select create a method, create a XPath for chemistry, right? So let me hover over it and reformat the file. Okay, so this is actually returning you the XPath. So we can rename it properly. So give uh, subject auto suggestion. This is subject auto suggestion, right? And now here, uh, so this is subject auto suggestion. Now what we have to do, we have to create another method for selecting it, right? So def let me copy it, and this is let's make it two. So here page dot locator, and here we'll be returning it subject auto suggestion. Okay, and also we do not need this page here, and here we will be passing this subject, right? Simple. So this would create the XPath on the fly, and it will give it here. So what is this? So this is a locator, right? So we can pass something. We can make it get auto suggestion as well. Get auto suggestion, and this is the auto suggestion locator. Simple. Now what we have to do? We got this locator now, right? So we just have to do. We just have to click on it. So subject auto suggestion dot click. That's it. So we do not have to do this many lines of code because there is no need to write while loop, because directly we are selecting this XPath and clicking on that, right? So here we have just to change this to, and let's make it 2, and let's make it 2. That's it. Now we can run it. So see, the implementation is different, but the final items, what is happening, that is same. There is no change. So you can see it selected English, it selected physics, and it selected commerce as well. So the implementation just different, but the uh, I mean the work is same. So we are doing the same thing, but in a two different way. I hope you understood it, and If you like this video, please like, share, and subscribe. And thank you for watching. Goodbye. Sorry, bye.